Hello, I'm Cindy. In exactly 21 days, I will be turning 40 years old. I think I'm okay, but I am also on the tail end of my second midlife crisis for the year. But I think it's actually a good thing because it's forced me to reevaluate my life and really focus in on what is important to me. I'm going to spend the next 21 days celebrating the past 40 years of my life, all of the fun experiences and fun and not so fun lessons that I've learned as I look forward to the next 40 plus years. And the first story that I want to share is the story of how I got that gig at Birdland in August with Delfeayo Marsalis and the Uptown Jazz Orchestra. Spring 2023, my friend Lynette invited me to see her in a performance of a play called Shadowland at the Public Theater. So I went to go enjoy the performance, and afterwards we connected and she invited me to see her musical director, Delfeayo Marsalis, and his band in the basement. So we went to go see the show. It was great. We really enjoyed it. And then afterwards, Delfeayo came out into the audience to connect with his cast members. Now, because I was with my friend, I was privy to their conversation, and I overheard him inviting one of his castmates to perform at his upcoming residency at Birdland. Now, immediately my intuition said, Cindy, plug yourself now. So I looked up and I smiled and I said, hi, I'm a singer. Can I sing at your Birdland show? And of course, there's like this 2 seconds of awkwardness where I'm sure he's thinking to himself, who is this chick and why is she inviting herself to sing at my show? And Lynette immediately jumped in and was like, Cindy's a wonderful singer. You should listen to her. So he gives me his email address and he's like, send me a recording of your best song. I thank him for the opportunity and I am so excited for the chance to be heard. But as I go home that night, it's not lost on me that I actually don't have any professional recordings of me singing jazz. So the next day I call up my neighbor who happens to be a jazz pianist and I'm like, hey, can you come over today and help me record You Go to My Head to send to Delfeayo Marsalis? And my neighbor's like, yeah, sure. So he comes over and we record the standard and I send it off in an email that same day. Now, after a week, I still haven't heard anything back, so I'm kind of like, it's cool. I know he's busy. He's a touring musician. I'll just be patient. And after the second week of not hearing anything, that's when I start to get in my head, I start to get in my feelings, and I'm like, well, maybe it wasn't good enough. Maybe he didn't like it. Maybe I'm not good enough. But if there's anything I've learned from years of having done business coaching with Jonay Williams, it is that everything you want is in the follow-up. So I brushed my pride aside and I sent another email. I was like, hi Delfeayo. Hope all is well. Just checking to see if you had a chance to listen to my recording and see if you had any feedback that maybe I could use to improve. Thanks. So within a couple of hours he responds and he's like, hey Cindy, finally had a chance to listen to your recording. You sound great. You've obviously studied the genre. However, I'm not going to be able to have you on this Birdland gig coming up because I have another singer and it doesn't make sense to have you all there at the same time. However, in the future, when I'm in New York with my smaller ensemble, I'll give you a call. So I'm like, cool, thanks. I still ended up going to the Birdland shows, really enjoyed it, and made sure I said hello afterwards to make sure I stayed on his radar. So after that, I did not hear anything. I want to say it was like 6 or 7 months before February 2024, when I get this random DM one day from Delfeayo saying, hey, I'm going to be in New York next week at Drome with my ensemble. Would you like to sit in? And I was like, yes, I will be there. And that performance is what eventually led to me getting the gigs in August at Birdland. So now let's recap the lessons from the story. Number 1, listen to your intuition even if it tells you to do something weird. Culturally, I have always been taught, do not insert yourself into conversations when you're not being spoken to, and do not invite yourself anywhere. So had I not followed my intuition and gone against my cultural conditioning, I would not have had that opportunity. Number 2, If you've reached out to someone and they have not gotten back to you, it's a really good idea to follow up instead of getting in your head and getting in your feelings. Had I not followed up, I probably would not have had this opportunity. And number 3, when you've done your part, when you've submitted what you need to submit, when you've already followed up, sometimes you just need to let things go. I could have been in my feelings for that 6-7 month waiting period where I didn't hear anything, but I decided to just let it go. And the opportunity came back around in the right timing. So I'm really glad that I didn't waste that time stressing. So yeah, August came. I did 4 shows with the band. It was so much fun. So grateful for that opportunity. And I'm really, really proud of myself for taking all the risks necessary to squeeze my foot in that door. Hope you found this to be helpful. See you soon. Bye.